Yashodanandana Prajajanandana Yashodanandana Prajajanandana Yamunati Panachari Yamunati Panachari Jaya Radama Dava Kunjavirani Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavirani Gopijana Vallabha Girivarahari Gopijana Vallabha Girivarahari Yashodanandana Prajajanandana Yashodanandana Prajajanandana Yamunatira Panachari Yamunatira Panachari Yamunatira Panachari Yamunatira Panachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Gurudev Jai Gurudev Jai Gurudev Jai Gurudev Nitai Gora Hari Nitai Gora Hari Nitai Hari Nitai Gora Hari Jayam Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Astutra Sutta Shishimadi Divine Justice Compound Acharya Jagadguru Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ananta Kodi Vaishnavas Vindikis Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Prams Goshe Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakti Vrindaki Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopina Shyama Radha Kunda Giri Gauravadan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mathura Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Ganges Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakti Vrinakiyai Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to Sambhu devotees, all glories to Sambhu devotees. All glories to Sambhu devotees, all glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prithai Bhutale Shamati Bhakti Chita Shamati Mr. Krishna Bhuvara Shitamne. Shri Gaurakarana Sakti Vati Chita Namine. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashta Praisa Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamas Loke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshulunlitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sapitam Jana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Sajivan Sadhuitam Savadutam Purijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gurangi Radhe Brindavani Shwari Prisavani Siti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakal Pataru Vyascha Kripa Sundhyaye Vacha Patitanam Parvinivyo Vaishnavivyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktirin Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Kantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai Hare Krishna. So we continue our reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9. Today we begin from chapter 3. The marriage of Sukanya and Chavana Muni. Text number 1. Sri Sukha Uvacha Saryatiri Manavo Raja Brahmishta Sambhavo Vaha Yovai Ankira Sam Satri Vitiyam Aharu Chivan. Translation. You need some ceremony before someone reads.
Maharaj, you want us to start reading?
Yes, you can read the translation. I've recited there.
Jai Govind Prabhu.
Yeah, Emma. Translation. She Sukadev Goswami continued. O King, Jayatri, another son of Manu, was a ruler completely aware of Vedic knowledge. He gave instructions about the function for the second day of the yajna to be performed by the descendants of Angika.
Okay.
Please continue, readers.
Yes.
Jai Jagdish Prabhu.
Text number 2.
Yes.
Sarjati had a beautiful daughter named Sukanya, with whom he went to the forest to see the ashrama of Chavana Muni.
3.
Text 3. While that Sukanya, surrounded by her friends, was collecting various types of fruits from the trees in the forest, she saw within the hole of an earthworm 2 things glowing like luminaries.
Text 4.
Manimukunda Prabhu.
Okay. What Sri Maji can read?
Okay, Murthy
Yes, Hare Krishna. Okay. As if induced by providence, the girl ignorantly pierced those 2 glowworms with a thorn, and when they were pierced, blood began to ooze out of them. Thereupon, all the soldiers. Thereupon, all the soldiers of Saria.
Please allow the next reader to read.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Text 5. Thereupon, all the soldiers of Saryati were immediately obstructed from passing urine and stool. Upon perceiving this, Saryati spoke to his associates in surprise. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
How strange it is that one of us has attempted to do something wrong to Chavana Muni, the son of Guru. It certainly appears that someone among us has polluted this ashrama.
Much afraid, the girl Sukanya said to her father, I have done something wrong, for I have ignorantly pierced these 2 luminous substances with the thorn.
After hearing this statement by his daughter, King Saryati was very much afraid. In various ways, he tried to appease Chavan Muni, for it was he who sat within the hole of the earthworm.
Actually,
somebody can read because my computer is not opening. It's just.
Okay. King Sharyati, being very contemplative and thus understanding Chaivana Muni's purpose, gave his daughter in charity to the sage. Thus, released from danger with great difficulty, he took permission from Chaivana Muni and returned home.
Chavana Muni was reputable.
Excuse me.
Since Sukanya had gotten him as her husband, she dealt with him carefully according to his mood. Knowing his mind, she performed service to him without being bewildered.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, some
Excuse me, Prabhu. Excuse me. Let's look at this before we continue. Text 4 said, as if induced by providence, the girl ignorantly pierced those 2 glowworms with a thorn. And when they were pierced, blood began to ooze out of them. What was those 2 glowworms? What is that? Chavana Muni. Thank you. He was performing austerity here in this nice, beautiful place. And while he was doing austerity, just like here in Kasipu, the anthill grew over his body and left only the 2 eyes. See, his body was completely covered. So when Sukanya came around and saw those glistening things. Said, what is this? Shavanamuni told her, please, just go away. He spoke to her, please, just go away. But due to providence, she didn't listen. Although she was spoken to by the Muni, don't disturb me, you should go away. But she refused. And then she took the tongues and pierced the eyes. They were the eyes of Chavan and Muni, not glowworms. And because he did that, blood was coming, and it gave pain to the Muni. He was in pain. And because of that offense he committed, the king and his entourage, they couldn't pass through the gate, they couldn't pass through. So immediately the king was able to understand that something has happened. And because he didn't know, he was frightened. But he knew that the sage is living there in that place. So he was able to speak. Who must have done something to pollute the ashram of the sage? And then the daughter replied that she did. So when he came to the Muni, he has Shavana Muni already for her. Because she was very beautiful, she has a thin waist, beautiful face with it, sweet smiling face. Her face was smiling and her beauty was also very nice, and the sage was attracted to her. That word prompted her to do what she did. So she said he due to providence. He desired to have her as his wife. If sorry for the disconnection. We are back. So yes, we're talking about Chavana Muni. What is nature? Who desired to have a Sukanya as his wife. So anyway, things was arranged like this. That is why, even though he spoke to her, she didn't listen. She committed this offense. Yes. So when the Sadyati came before the Muni to beg for forgiveness, immediately he asked him, "Is your daughter married?" Sadyati immediately understood that all the sage is attracted to my daughter. He said, No, she's not married, and you can have her. He was very much concerned about the curse. It is better for him to get his daughter married to the Muni than to get the curse of the Muni. It is very devastating. So he knows that. So even though they were not a match, they were completely a mismatch. But he agreed that his daughter should be married to her. And then the Muni accepted her as his wife. In this way, everything was settled. So it is said, properly saying, the king, after hearing the statement of his daughter, certainly told the great sage Chavana Muni everything about how his daughter had ignorantly committed such an offense. The Muni, however, inquired from the king whether the daughter was married. In this way, the king, understanding the purpose of this great sage, Chavana Muni, third, Abhiprayam Agyaya, immediately gave the Muni his daughter in charity and escaped the danger of being cursed. Thus, with the permission of the great sage, the king returned home. And now the other way, Chavana Muni was very irritable. But since Sukanya had gotten him as her husband, she dealt with him carefully, according to his mood. Knowing his mind, she performed service to him without being bewildered. It's a very important verse. We should look at the purport very carefully. I look at the purport. Prabhupada gave a very powerful purport. Chavana Muni and Sukanya, they are opposite. This is an indication of the relationship between husband and wife. A great personality like Chavana Muni has the temperament of always wanting to be in a superior position. Always he wants to be in a superior position. This is arrogance. This is pride. He's a very proud person and always easily angered. Now he has a wife that is of opposite nature to him. How will a woman marry this kind of person? Such a person cannot submit to anyone. Therefore, Chavana Muni had an irritable temperament. His wife, Sukanya, could understand his attitude, and under the circumstances, she treated him accordingly. This is very interesting. If we want a relationship to last, if we want any relationship to last, we should learn from Sukanya. Why our relationship is not lasting? It doesn't matter in the relationship, husband, wife, friends, parent, children, boss, servant, guru, disciple. Whatever relationship we have, if we want it to last, we should learn from Sukanya. What is the first lesson to learn from Sukanya? What is the first lesson we should learn from Sukanya as devotees? You were right, Krishna Prabhu. Jadu Raj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
She understood the attitude of her husband.
Very good. Very good. The first thing she did was to try to understand who is this person. Very, very good. Thank you. Panavasaki, Kripa, Devi.
Hare Krishna Maharaj,
Hare
please accept
Krishna.
my humble obeisances.
Thank you.
Maharaj, she was very humble and she was submissive and
Very-
she surrendered to him.
Very good. She's humble, she's submissive, and surrendered to him. Very good. Sundari Gopi Devi. Very
So
good.
she treated him as per his desire. So
Very good.
because yeah.
Yeah, she knew who she is. And then she followed him like that. This is a person that even sages cannot relate with him. Hare Krishna. Please. Thank you. This is a very sensitive topic, and we're having a lot of issues with this. A lot of issues, difficulties we're having it's just because of this. We don't understand each other. That's the first thing, we don't understand each other. Why we don't understand each other? Why we don't understand each other? Yes, Sundari.
So we don't understand each other because there is communication gap.
Okay, very good. Communication
Either,
gap.
either we have to understand or speak it up what is needed, what is my need. And I mean, this is how I was taught.
Very good.
Best is to communicate. Sometimes we are not Krishna to understand.
Very good. Very good. Communication. Miscommunication. Very good. What else? But we don't agree with each other easily. We don't understand each other. Yes. Radha Murti Devi.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare
Because
Krishna.
of ego,
Very
we
good.
don't want to come at each other.
Very good. Ego. Atichanda Prabhu.
Yeah, I also had the same point, Maharaj. It's because of the false ego
Okay.
that always right. Yeah.
Okay. Lila Mai, Rukmini.
Krishna Maharaj, because he is very self-centered. He don't think of the other person.
Very good. That is the main thing. We are very, very selfish. We don't care for the next person. So our relationship cannot hold. Any relationship that is based on caring for each other, especially when the partners are competing to love each other, there is no difficulty. Zero difficulty. That is missing in us. In some of us, not all of us. Some of us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Murti Devi.
That is, we have different goals in life. We don't want to please the Supreme. We don't have differentness, same goal.
Yes.
That is the reason that we differ.
Yes, the same thing, selfishness. We don't, our interest is not Krishna's interest, it's not Guru's interest, it's not friends' interest.
Interests,
Yes.
interest clash.
Yes. If our interest is the same, there will not be any difficulty, zero difficulty. So this is the problem. Thank you all very much for this. So we should learn this, not just book theory, we should try to see this. So Kenya has this quality, which is very, very exemplary. We can all practice it so that our relationship with any person will be wonderful. And people will come to learn from us. What is your secret? The secret is no selfishness in dealings. Our coming together, it is just to complement, to support each other, not to take, but to give. The same with Krishna. Selfishness is there. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Kavara Goswami. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Mataiva Santa Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Asakali Santa. Selfishness. The same thing. Selfishness. The bhukti siddhi, they are asakali. Why selfishness is there instead of them? Only Krishna Bhakta, no selfishness. Therefore, he's fully peaceful, satisfied, happy. So Sukanya has this. If any woman wants to be happy with her husband, she must try to understand her husband's temperament and please him. Just one sentence. Just one sentence. Prabhupada just finished the whole thing. Only one sentence. So this is the issue. Even if the man is irritable. But we should understand also the negative side of it. This is the positive side of it. It also has a negative side. The negative side is that this does not give anyone right to impose unnecessary selfishness on others. Because we mentioned that it's a competition. Both of us should compete how to love each other. So it's not the right that, yes, I'm superior, therefore I should control. I'm not giving chance for other person. That is not correct. Especially the devotees. This is victory for a woman. And I tell you the truth, a woman who has this quality has a mystic power to control the whole world. Yes. Even the dealings of Lord Krishna with his different queens, it has been seen that although the queens were the daughters of great kings, they place themselves before Lord Krishna as his maidservant. However great a woman may be, she must place herself before her husband in this way. That is to say, she must be ready to carry out her husband's orders and please him in all circumstances. In Canto 7, don't forget, Naraboni already explained Canto 7. Naraboni already explained the qualification for a man, for a woman to treat him like this. The qualification is given there. Naraboni has given the qualification. He must be a good devotee, and a good devotee will not exploit anybody. A good devotee will never exploit, will never cheat. That's why he's a good devotee. Without this qualification, a woman should not serve the man. He must have the qualification, the quality that the man will submit herself to. He must be a devotee. You know the devotee? Nonsense. Then her life will be successful. When the wife becomes as irritable as the husband, their life at home is sure to be disturbed or ultimately completely broken. In the modern day, the wife is never submissive, and therefore home life is broken even by slight incidents. Either the wife or the husband may take advantage of the divorce laws, which is very dangerous. A great contamination. Divorce is contamination. A devotee should never do it. Yes, it is easy to do that, but the children will suffer. So if we are responsible devotees, we should sacrifice our so-called freedom to protect and maintain devotees, and that will give us a chance to get the mercy of Lord Krishna and attain the ticket to go back home, back to Godhead very easily. In this case, we clearly see that although Chaitanya Muni was not young, but indeed old enough to be Sukanya's grandfather, and was also very irritable, Sukanya, the beautiful young daughter, I mentioned before, they are complete opposite. They are complete opposite. Chaitanya Muni was ugly, old, gray hair, his body is already falling off. And Sukanya is young, beautiful, and fresh at her prime youth. So it's like a punishment. When a 60-year-old man is getting married to a 20-year-old girl, what is that? The man is 60 and he's getting married to a 20-year-old, marrying his daughter or granddaughter. It is inauspicious. We may have some philosophy but better for me to get married than to misbehave all around. Yeah, that is big philosophy. If you have that philosophy, then you should get a lady just close to your age, not your daughter. Because when I be cheating for the girl, you marry a 20-year-old girl, after 10 years, you are 70 or 75, you are getting old, you are about to die. What will happen to the girl? Yes, so you disorganize her life. So as devotees, we should behave like devotees and be careful how we deal with everything. Yes. The beautiful young daughter of a king submitted herself to her old husband and tried to please him in all respects. Thus, she was a faithful and chaste wife. She was faithful and chaste. Texts 11 to 26. Chaitanya Muni becomes young man due to chastity of Sukanya, the wife. 11 to 26. Now I can continue, Prabhu.
Thereafter, some time had passed The Ashwini Kumara brothers, the heavenly physicians, happened to come to Chavana Muni's ashram. After offering them respectful obeisances, Chavana Muni requested them to give him youthful life, for they were able to do so.
Very good. This is providence, providential, that the Ashwin Kumaris came to visit. It's providence. Why this is happening?
Should I read?
Yes, go ahead. Why is this happening? What has caused this fortune?
Chavana Muni said, although you are ineligible to drink soma rasa in sacrifices,
Yeah.
I promised a full pot of it. Kindly arrange beauty and youth for me because they are attractive to young women.
I was having a question before. Thank you. I was asking a question before. Thereafter, some time having passed, the Ashwini Kumar brothers, the heavenly physicians, happened to come to Chavana Muni's ashram. I was saying this is fortune. So what has caused this fortune? That was my question.
Sukanya's chastity.
Very good. Thank you. The heading, I already mentioned the heading. Chavana Muni becomes a young man due to the chastity of Sukanya. I already mentioned it before I asked the question. Thank you. Yes. The Ashwini Kumaras, they are not qualified for Somras. But because they render service to a great sage, Muni, he upgraded them to have the right. Sorry for what? Sorry for what?
Maharaj, I asked a question, so Amara Mataji mistakenly continued reading. That's why she asked, sorry to Maharaj.
No problem. No problem.
Sorry.
No problem. Yes, so Chavana Muni upgraded them. That's the importance of doing something wonderful. We have already discussed this in connection with Bali Maharaj soldiers and their treatment by Sukracharya. Modern medical science has not yet discovered how to bring a dead body back to life or bring youthful energy to an old boy. But from these verses, we can understand that such treatment is possible if one is able to take advantage from the Vedic information. The Ashwini Kumaras were expert in Ayurveda, as was Dhanvantari. In every department of material science, there is a perfection to be achieved, and to achieve it, one must consult the Vedic literature. The higher perfection is to become a devotee of the Lord. To attain this perfection, one must consult Srimad Bhagavatam, which is understood to be the ripe fruit of the Vedic desire tree. Nigama Kalpataro Galitam Phalam. Okay, yes. Text 12. Now you can read.
Text 1.
Yes.
Chavana Muni said, although you are ineligible to drink somarasa in sacrifices, I promise to give you a full pot of it. Kindly arrange beauty and youth for me because they are attractive to young women.
Yes. He is very conscious. He's very conscious. This is what we were saying before. You see, it is proven here we were saying before, you are 60 and marrying a 20-year-old girl. He's cheating. Chavana Muni is conscious of it. See, my wife is so young, she's a small girl, I'm very, very old, I'm not suitable for her. Even though she accepted to accept me as a husband, which is also conditional. But he is a thoughtful person. He's conscious of that. So he wants to compensate. Therefore, he's doing something here to address that situation. He's changing his body, a very young man, so that the wife will be pacified. Yes, so it should not be too much of austerity. Too much of austerity. You know, the question was, how is it possible for such an old man to get a young girl like this as a wife? So this person is being narrated, Sukadeva Goswami narrating. Chavana Muni is thoughtful. Although he has such a terrible character, but he also has some good qualities. He's concerned about his wife, which is very good. Yes, continue. Next verse.
The great Persians, the Ashwini Kumaras, very gladly accept Chavana Muni's proposal. Thus, they told the Brahmana, just dive into this lake of successful life. On who was in this lake had his desire fulfilled.
Very good. Next.
Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
After saying this, Ashwini Kumaras caught hold of Chavana Muni, who was an old, diseased invalid with loose skin, white hair, and veins visible all over his body, and all three of them entered the lake.
Good.
Purport?
Yes.
Chavana Muni was so old that he could not enter the lake alone. Thus the Ashwini Kumaras caught hold of his body, and the three of them entered the lake.
Very good. So both of them, the three of them entered the lake. That means what will happen to them? All of them changed their bodies. The three of them changed their bodies and became competitive. You cannot differentiate. And they were all very attractive. Now another temptation for Sukanya. There's no temptation for Sukanya. Next.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. After three men with very beautiful bodily features emerged from the lake. They were nicely dressed and decorated with earrings and garlands of lotuses. All of them were of the same standard of beauty.
Very good. So the three of them tested Sukanya. Now you can take any one of us. This could have been a chance for Sukanya to change, to even play some trick. But I don't know anymore, because she don't know which of them now, because they're so beautiful. All of them are just the same now. So she doesn't know which of them is her original husband. Because of her chastity, she passed the test. That is the potency of chastity. She passed the test. She did not rush to choose. She has to approach them, please. All of you know. All of you here knows. Which of you is my original husband? Show me that one. And it happened. Text 16. Please read.
Bhakti Priyamadaji will not be reading, so the next person can read. Hare Krishna.
Next person should read.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare
The
Krishna.
chaste and very beautiful Sukanya could not distinguish her husband from the two Ashwini Kumaras, for they are equally beautiful. Not understanding who her real husband was, she took shelter of the Ashwini Kumaras.
Very good.
Shall I read the purport, Maharaj?
Yes.
Sukanya could have selected any one of them as her husband, for one could not distinguish among them. But because she was chaste, she took shelter of Ashwini Kumaras, so that
they could inform her who her actual husband was.
Yes.
A chaste woman will never accept any man other than her husband, even if they be someone equally as handsome and qualified.
Very good. Because she's chaste, she's able to pass the tests. She didn't jump into anyone. She requested them, please show me which one is my real husband. And they did. Next. (17).
17.
Yes.
The Ashwini Kumaras were very pleased to see Sukanya's chastity and faithfulness. Thus, they showed her Chavanamuni, her husband, and after taking permission from him, they returned to the heavenly planets in their place.
Very good. Sukanya, when it was shown her real husband, she didn't select the two Ashwini Kumaras. She selected back her original husband. This is chastity. It's her faithfulness and chastity. This is a beautiful quality. Anyone who has this quality can control the whole world. This is the power a woman has to control any man. And not by shouting. It's not, no, this is physical. This is the potency, chastity and faithfulness, the potency of a woman. That you can close down the universe if you want. Yes, very powerful. We have a very famous person about chastity, very famous. Remember? Famous person, chastity.
Ahalya.
No.
Damayanti.
No.
Savitri.
Damayanti. Radharani.
Sitamai.
There's a beautiful pastime of Radharani.
Anasuya. Anasuya. Thank you. She 10. What does she do? What does she do with her potency of chastity? What does she do?
Maharaj, Brahma, Vishnu, and Brahma, Vishnu, and 3 demigods came and they wanted to break her chastity, and she made them into small children because they either wanted to see her naked or drink her milk. And then she made them into small children, and then they can see her naked. The small children can see. So then their wives came. Please make our husband normal.
I think there are 2 persons. Arundhati and Anasuya. There are 2. Arundhati and Anasuya. Anasuya stopped the sun from rising. Arundhati turned the Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu into babies. And then she was naked and served them. They're babies, they don't see any difference. It's very powerful. Very powerful. That is the potency. Stop the sun from rising. Don't move, stand here. Can you imagine? Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva became babies. Suppose she forgot. If she forgot, I say all of you stay here forever with me. They will have stayed there. They will have stayed there. Agasamuni did that to Vindhya. Agasamuni did that to Vindhya. Vindhya mountain was envious of yes, Himalaya.
Agastya Muni.
Yes. Agasamuni came, he knew that he is envious of Himalaya. So he came when the Vindhya offered obeisances to Agasamuni. He said, you should remain like this until I come back. I'm traveling. When I come back before you, you get up, and he never come back. So Binda couldn't rise again. In this way, his envy towards Himalaya was controlled. Humility requires humiliation. To be humble, you need humiliation. Bindya was humiliated. He became humble.
Recording in progress.
Okay, thank you. Lord Brahma was humiliated. He became humble. He became Haridasakura. He was humiliated. Indra was humiliated. He became humble and gave the name Govinda to Krishna. He gave us his pride. Kesava Kashmiri. He was humiliated. He became humble and accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So many. So to become humble is not just be humble, Prabhu, be humble, Mataji. So try to be humble. That is not the praise. That is not, will not change. Philosophy will not just change. We have to do something practical to get it done. All right. Now, 18 to 23. King Saryati's happiness with Sukanya's chastity. 18 to 23.
Thereafter, King Saryati, desiring to perform a sacrifice, went to the residence of Chavanamuni. There he saw by the side of his daughters a very beautiful young man, a bright as the sun. After receiving obeisance from his daughter, the king, instead of offering blessing to her, appeared very displeased and spoke as follows.
20 and 21. Saryati is going to speak to his daughter. 20 and 21. Okay, 20.
Oh, unchaste girl, what is this that you have desired to do? You have cheated the most respectable husband, who is honored by everyone. For I see that because he was old, diseased, and therefore unattractive, you have left his company to accept as your husband this young man, who appears to be a beggar from the street.
Can we see the difference between today and yesterday? Can we see the difference? Can we see the difference? Very, very clear. Saryati is very angry that his daughter had disgraced him. Which father will feel like this these days? If the husband becomes invalid, what happened? I remember one day someone was telling me, this is not my husband, Prabhu, this is not my husband. When I married this man, he was like this, he was like this, he was like this. But just look at him now. This is not my husband. So who is the person now? When he got married to a person, he was very rich. He was very famous, had big position and money. But now he fell from his position. So no more a husband. But yeah, Saryati is not happy. Why have you disgraced me? Who would think like this these days? It would be a pride. Yes, to have a husband. Why, not even these days, even those days, why, what was the problem with Daksha and Lord Shiva? What's the problem with Daksha and Lord Shiva? Daksha. Yes. Sundari Gopi.
So Daksha wanted respect from his son-in-law. He was treating Shivji like, he was the son-in-law, but he didn't realize that he was a very great devotee and a very great person. So then he was very, very envious, and actually he was very proud of himself. So then he did not talk proper good words for him. in envy, he spoke very bad things about Shivji.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Something else? Shiv? Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Daksha was also extremely upset that Lord Shiva was not maintaining his daughter well. I mean, the conditions under which he had to live was not the ideal, and he was not the ideal son-in-law also. So in that sense also he felt let down that Lord Shiva had followers who were not the most ideal. He stayed in circumstances which was not ideal, and he also dressed himself in ways which were not generally accepted.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Ilamai, Devi.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yeah, I think partly what he said, that his appearance was not good.
Thank you.
He was not dressed very well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, a son-in-law. Look at his dress. Look at, say, poor man has no house, living in the street. How can this be my in-law, my son-in-law? It's a disgrace. He did not see Lord Shiva's position. He looked the external quality. Lord Shiva doesn't have big mansion, big cars, and big. He didn't see that. It's an insult. Huh? When we are wedding our daughter, what do we expect? Indra to attend, you know? Yeah, we expect we go to attend our daughter's wedding, but that is not what Lord Shiva, there were ghosts, ghostly beings, varieties of ghosts that came for wedding. When I say to the person, I say, son-in-law, this is not dressing, no house. Which person will agree that on the wedding of his daughter, somebody is coming on animal to come on animal, not with a crowd, not a private jet or helicopter. You carry on the animal. This is a son-in-law. No, he's expecting Lord Indra. Yes. Great God ceremony. Yes, you are expecting all the personalities to come. So that is what is the day. So he was angry with Lord Shiva. Who is this man? Why my daughter should, of all the men around, why should we accept this one as a husband? He didn't identify with Shiva because of this. But Saryati is not this kind of a person. It's a person of good character. People who have character, they value their name than the external world. They don't consider wealth, they consider their name, they value their name. Yes. What's the problem? According to Vedic culture, even if a young woman is given an old husband, she must respectfully serve him. This is chastity. It is not that because she dislikes her husband, she may give him up and accept another. This is against Vedic culture. According to Vedic culture, a woman must accept the husband given to her by her parent and remain chaste and faithful to him. Therefore, King Saryati was surprised to see a young man by the side of Sukanya. You can take a break. How many minutes? Break. Anand Prabhu. How many minutes break?
5 minutes, man.
All right.
10 minutes.
Okay,
Sir,
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes. Thank you. Okay, see, after 10 minutes.
Recording stopped.
All right, thank you.